We're going to look at week 1 of Activate Math questions. I'm going to try to make sure I consider saving you time because you have 60 questions in 60 minutes. I am also going to do my best to approach it from the way you would probably think about it or from things you remember. There are a lot of different ways to solve these problems, but most of the time I'm going to focus on how you would solve the problems. On the first one, it says that they want to build 12 levels high, and each level you can see has the same amount of blocks as the level number. So level 1 has 1 block, level 2 has 2 blocks, etc. So if you're going to do 12 blocks, I'm betting that most of you just did 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 all the way to plus 12. And if you did that, you should have got 78, which is going to be B. Okay? There is a formula for it because with 12 it's not that bad, but say it was 150 levels. Like you wouldn't want to sit there and punch that in over and over. The formula is however many levels you're wanting to make times those levels plus 1 divided by 2. So like for this one, it would be 12 times 12 plus 1. And then when you do that, you divide it by 2. That will also give you 78, just so you know for future reference. Okay, number 2, they need to find 22% of $40 so that we know how much the new rate's going to go up. So to find a percent, first of all, you got to write the percent as a decimal. So that's going to be 0.22. You always move your decimal 2 places to the left. And to get 22% of something, remember the word of means that you multiply. So we're going to do 0.22 times 40. And when you do that, you get 880, or 8.8. Okay, forgive my board, it connects things. So if I get 880 for 22%, it won't know the total new rate. So I've got to add that on to the original 40. And that's going to give me 4880, which is J. Okay, number 3, it says you are directly proportional. So directly proportional means you can use a proportion to solve, and that's your commission and the amount of sales that you make that are proportional. So when it says that you make $112 commission for $800, you could set up in a proportion. That's 112 out of 800, and this is your commission, this is your number of sales. And that would be equal to, it says, what would your commission be if you earn $1,400? So earning $1,400, that's the bottom, how many sales you have. And we want to know how much commission that would be. So remember, in proportions, you just cross multiply and divide. So you would do 112 times 1,400 divided by 800. And when you do that, you get 196, which is B. Okay. Another way to do that would be to figure out what percent of commission you get. So if you take the 112 out of 800, and you divide that in your calculator, you get that's 0.14, which is 14%. So you could take that 14% and multiply it by 1,400 to get 14% of 1,400, and that's also going to give you 196. So either way would work. Okay, number 4, we're going to need to solve the equation first before we can find 2x. So if I have 7 plus 3x equals 22, I want to get x by itself. You always want to get rid of addition and subtraction first. So I'm going to subtract 7. What you do to one side, you must do to the other. So we'll have 3x equals, and do 22 minus 7, you get 15. Divide by 3 on both sides. And x is equal to 5. But they didn't ask you for x, they asked you for 2x. So 2 times 5 is 10. Okay, number 5, you're going to rent a car $30 a day, 28.5 cents a mile. So $30 a day, 28.5 cents a mile. So they tell you how many days and miles you're going to do. You're going to do 350 miles in 5 days. So we just got to multiply that out. So $30 for 5 days would be 5 times 30 plus, and they're going to do 350 miles times 28.5 cents. Okay, and here's where a lot of people go wrong. They put 28.5. But that would be $28.50. Think about if you were just going to write 28 cents. 28 cents would be 0.28. So if we're talking about 28.5 cents, that's 0.285. If you put the decimal at 28.5, it gives you the wrong answer. So when you solve that out in your calculator, you get 150 plus 99.75, which is 249.75, which is C. And here are all the answers in order in case you missed that.